And I forgot to mention that when I asked what songs they want to do, we needed a ballad and a hype song and such a march. Of course, we got the march. That song was recommended, suggested by Mr. Landon George himself. So that song was one of the songs that we played of his recommendation. Now I want to thank all of them, even the football players, they're coming from practice. So they came and showed up. So that's how dedicated the band students are. So they can multitask. I'm gonna let y'all know they can multitask. All right, so this is the beginning, the concert band, beginning band students. Can we get one more round of applause for them? All right, all right, y'all. So this is the string ensemble. We have a mixture of beginners. Now, I only have, the unique thing about this group is I only have one class period to work a miracle. When I say a miracle, that means I have students that haven't played a string instrument ever, and they're learning for the very first time. And I have some students that it may be their second year, and I have some students that may be in their third year. And then we have, I'm gonna have a couple of students stand up, and one has been here since the opening of the school. This person has done all 4 years here since the school opened, and this person is a senior this year. So I'm gonna recognize both of my seniors in the group. But we're going to play out of the beginning book. I told you I was gonna do a march here too. This is the march. It's March of the Meistersingers, and we're going to do themes from Harry Potter. So now, some of them, it's their first time on stage. They might be a little nervous, so don't go Showtime at the Apollo on me. All right. So, but I want my seniors to stand up. We have Miss Anna Beelan on first violin. She's our senior. Also, you will see her again when the wind ensemble gets up here on stage. She plays trumpet. So yeah, she does both. And Miss Nashawn back here, she's our senior who started ninth grade the first year the school opened. So she'll be graduating this year, so I want to make sure I recognize her too. She all 4 years since the school opened, so she's one of the foundation members. I call her the foundation members. All right, and I want my beginners that learn how to like play the very first note in the first month of school to raise your hand. All my beginners, raise them. Once I raise them, come on, right there. Those are my beginners. So it's like I said, it's a mixture, and you will hear when we play these two pieces that you wouldn't even think they were beginners. So I'm proud of them for that. Thank y'all very much. Someone was kind of nervous, but hey, I'm still proud of them. So thank y'all. We're going to get ready to set up for the wind ensemble.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Good, good, good. All right. Something about coming to concerts. Everybody think you got to be stuffy. You can relax around me. I'm not one of them. I'm a little different. So let's try this one more time. How y'all doing? Already. Give me some energy because we finna give you a very high energy performance in a minute. This first piece is a very, 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 very dramatic piece called Dies Irae. It literally means day of wrath, right? So think last day on earth, all right? So that's what we're about to do for you by Giuseppe Verdi, arranged by J. Bo Cook. Please enjoy. Cool. Got a couple of people to talk about. Everybody clap it up for Mr. Stevie Kobe for helping us out. One of our babies, you know how it is when you fly somewhere. She flew to Houston, and flight delay, because the weather that's coming from Texas, unfortunately. But he came through for us. Thank you so much, bro. That's my dude. Mr. Paul from Horace. Oh, my bad. Mr. Kobe teaches the Polaris guys, by the way. Orchestra and band. Next we have Mr. Nehemiah Paul. He's director of bands at Horace Manning Middle School. Show your love. Now, it's not too many times you find a bassoonist, especially one of color. So I was like, I need people to just see that. So can you please come? So I'm so glad he's here, and hopefully we can have our own double reeds people. I'm recruiting, by the way. Please help me find double reeds people. I need them really badly because these kids sound fantastic. So I need some more players. So put the word out there. These kids are doing some amazing things. Don't they sound great, y'all? They're killing. And that's their hard work. Thank you to the parents, anyone who provides a ride to get them here and get them to whatever they need. Thank y'all so much. That's what it takes. Y'all the real MVPs for sure. Kids, clap it up for your parents. We're going to play, in my opinion, a little jazz for you. Melodious Thunk. It's a play on the name Thelonious Monk. This is a really cool piece. It's going to feature James Gray on the drums. We're going to feature Amari Durham. Amari, raise your hand. On the clarinet. It's going to also feature Jaden Meadows and Taryn Dawson in the horn section. Clap it up for the French horns. It's about to be a battle up here, I'm telling you. And then we have Javian and Felix on the trombones. It's going to feature them as well. Clap it up for the bones. So, and then last but surely not least is going to feature the one and only Derek Collier Jr. on the timpani. Clap it up for him. All right. This is a really tough piece, so if we mess it up, just clap anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah, we hadn't played that in like 3 months. I was like, it was like a legitimate, like, we did it. Yeah. All right, cool. So now we have a very special guest, like very, very special guest, like Little Rock legend over here. None other than the one and only 2006 graduate of Parkview High School. My wife knew this individual very well. They marched together in Parkview High School when it was still core style, and they won a lot of things together. I've always known about this kid, you know, 'cause he was only a year older than me. I'm like, okay, you know, we just all knew he was that guy, you know. I was always in our region with him. You know, he did the all-state thing. Dr. Meredith even talked about it. That's how you know he was a bad dude. His name was all over the state. He went on to University of Memphis, went on to Michigan State to get his doctorate, and now he's killing in his director bands at St. Olaf College. Clap it up for none other than Dr. Henry L. Dorn. Come on, man. As he's making his way up here, the way that commissions work, for those who do not know, the band director or choir director or orchestra director or whatever ensemble it is you do, when you reach out to the composer, you have a conversation. You have a whole conversation. It's a long process, you know. And we just had a very lengthy conversation, right? You know, we were just really talking about the state of affairs here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and then come to find out this is going on all over the nation. There's an education gap between students of color and other students. So I'm gonna let Dr. Dorn touch on it, on how he came up with this piece called Lacuna.
Now, I'm going to make a small adjustment to this for somewhat obvious reasons, I think.
And that's okay.
You know, it's a privilege to be in this space. I was telling Mr. Holloway as I was coming here that there's something rather profound about coming back to Little Rock after having been gone for so long. Because in some ways, I've been gone from this space, I guess probably since I left for college, in a manner of speaking. And so it's interesting to come back to this environment and actually get a chance to work in this capacity in a way that I think I never quite would have imagined. Probably in a way that none of us would have imagined. I think we all see ourselves probably in these seats and doing this work. And this is one thing, but there's nothing in your mind that says, I'm going to be doing that one day. You might tell yourself that, but it seems so far out. And so now, being back in this space, I've stood in front of audiences in many different situations, packed houses, working with different groups and ensembles. There's a part of me that is more anxious about being in this space with you because of where I am and what this is, that it's different. I'm Little Rock, born and raised, right? Southwest Little Rock. I'm a product of Southwest Little Rock. And so I jokingly was telling them there are a number of things that are not here now that were here when I came up. For instance, there was a Cloverdale Elementary when I came up. That was where I went to school. That existed, right? Then I went to Cloverdale Middle School, which is, as I understand it, still there. For now. Is that what someone said? And then there was a McClellan when I was here. Yes, that was my zone school. Any McClellan grads in the mix? John L. McClellan? Yes. We're going to talk. So it's interesting to me to be back in this space. Again, representative of this space, because I'm a product of this space. And there's something to me that in the work that we do that I think it is incredibly important for our students to actually get a chance to see an example of where they can go, but more importantly, to see someone or see music being written by someone that looks like them. I was well into college before I'd ever encountered, outside of someone like Duke Ellington or Count Basie or our jazz classics, Thad Jones, Thelonious Monk we were just talking about, outside of our jazz titans, I'd never heard of or encountered anyone that was an African-American
composer. I just never heard of anything like that until I got to college. And so it is a big part of my personal mission to have this kind of exposure. It goes to this concept of lacuna that we were talking about, which is what I think I was actually supposed to be talking when I got up here, but I got sidetracked. The concept lacuna, the actual word itself, does mean gap or void or something that is missing. It's oftentimes used as an idea of what's missing in some kind of research or missing in history, and something that in this case needs to be filled or satisfied. And there's a greater mission here beyond just these walls that the educators in this space, yeah? Y'all do an incredibly important work, an underappreciated work, an undervalued work. They're not babysitters. They're not your kids' drop-off. These folks have dedicated their lives to trying to make better lives for other people and to have that kind of an impact. And that is the gap that these folks feel. And so this piece coming out of the pandemic was thinking about the hardships that are faced by a number of educators. Our education system is in some ways under attack. It is, from all kinds of different sides. And this is just me trying to have my one moment opportunity to say, I appreciate the work that you all do. I see the work that you do. And I hope that the rest of the world feels the same way. And that gap is something that these folks desperately need for their future, for the generations that come ahead of them. This gap that is being filled by folks like Mr. Holloway, who done disappeared on me, that is important. And so I got a chance to clinic with them yesterday. They got Mr. Holloway let me, what I call, disrupt his rehearsal for a little bit and come in and flap about some. And these are such incredible musicians on stage. But in order for this, yeah, I think that's worth a clap. But in order for it to continue, you all in this space have to continue to advocate for why arts in the schools matter, why education matters. There's a direct correlation, as some research has seen, between students that are engaged in performing arts and success rates in other areas, right? So the students that are performing high in here, performing high probably in math, performing high in science. It's a direct correlation between those things. There's research to show that. Just continue to support this. That's all this poor boy from Little Rock is asking for. It ain't much. Continue to support the arts, right? And so I'm gonna get out of Mr. Holloway's way so that he can come back up in this space and do this work. I just want to say thank you again to you all for being here and to this ensemble. Thank you all for all the hard work on this piece. It's been a delight for me to be able to work with you. And thank you to Mr. Holloway. Y'all give him a round of applause, because this guy right here, one of the hardest working people in the city.
World premiere, never heard before, Lacuna. Please enjoy it. we stand up and we clap for Dr. Dorn. Dr. Dorn, stand up and receive your flowers, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that beautiful piece of music. I told him I see in about 2 or 3 years, that should be on about every collegiate bandstand and very serious high school bandstand. We will end this with the march, as is customary of a collegiate program. Purple Carnival by Harry L. Alford. This piece needs no introduction. We've been playing it all year. Y'all just sit back and relax. And that concludes your 2023-24 Wind Ensemble concert, beginning band concert, orchestra concert. Show them your love. Get up on your feet. They played that. All right. Well, let me publicly acknowledge, we will be having a band banquet, but let me still publicly acknowledge some awards and things of that nature. Have a seat just for a second, Wind Ensemble. If you are a senior, stand up. Seniors, 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 seniors. Clap it up for your seniors. This senior class of 2024 is very special. They raised $4.4 million in scholarship dollars. All right. And like the old church folks say, God been so good this year, I just can't tell it all. But we've earned 31 awards this year. 31 awards. 31 awards between marching band, jazz band, and wind ensemble. So love on these babies. Shake hands with Dr. Dorn. Take pictures with them. Y'all are dismissed. May the Lord watch. Y'all be easy.